viola, or you put on the shoulder rest. You've got your chin rest, bridge, body, fingerboard, scroll. These are your tuning pegs, and here are your fine adjusting pegs. So this is where you do most of the tuning. This is like if you're a half step off. So I'll get out the bow. Actually, could you hold this for a second? Just hold it on your lap. And then you've got your bow, and every time you take your bow out of the case, you always want to tighten it. So you take the tension, so you know it's all tension, right? You take all the tension out of the bow so that it doesn't snap, and then you add tension back into it. Usually about 5 turns, righty-tighty, gets you to the right spot. I haven't used it in a little while, so I'm going to put some rosin on there, and that just helps the bow make contact with the strings and get a good sound out. So there's that. So I'll just kind of show you what we're doing a little bit. Actually, let me fix that. So that's a nice full sound, right? All right, cool. So you said you didn't know anything about the viola at all? All right, so we'll start pretty basic. You've got 4 strings, starting low to high: C, G, D, and A. Tuned in fifths. And actually, this one's pretty good in tune right now. So what we're going to do is, first I'm going to have you stand up. A little bit, there we go. And let's do just a little bit of stretching because it is a different position than what we're used to, so you don't want to hurt yourself. So just stretch up. Rib the ceiling and let your arms down. What? Oh, it's still recording. Yeah. Hi, Dr. Conley. Sorry, my computer screen turned off. Anyway, so do some arm circles. Get the blood through your shoulders. Get those nice and relaxed. I have tendonitis, so I like to stretch out my wrists. Kind of helps. Yeah, shaking out your hands. That's good. So, how to stand and hold an upper string. So you're going to grab it like this in your left arm, and then look at the ceiling, making sure that your feet are shoulder width apart, similar to clarinet. Then look at the ceiling, up to the left a little bit, and then that's where you put it down, and just a little bit, and it rests right on your shoulder, and this goes right underneath your chin. So why don't you try that? Hold your left arm out, and look up and to the left, and then bring it in. You want a little bit more back here. But that's good. It's nice and parallel with the ground, which is just where you want it. You don't want to have it out here. You know, it's kind of like playing clarinet like this or like that. You want it, for viola, you want it right parallel with the ground. Perfect. All right, so we'll be done with the viola for a little bit and switch to the bow. So the bow is really important. For us, you know, we're both clarinet players. Yeah. It's very similar to, you know, everything that goes on with the embouchure in the face, articulation, tone quality. A lot of it has to do with the bow. So, just a little bit of terminology. This is called the frog. That's kind of where you want to hold it. It's a horsehair bow. So what you do, I'll model it for you. So this is what it looks like in the end. But what you do is you put your thumb right under here, and then drape 2 fingers over. This one comes over too, and the pinky rests on top. So you've got 3 fingers over, basically almost touching the strings is fine. You want to make sure they're nice and curved, and I always have problems with this. You want to make sure your thumb stays nice and curved too. My thumb likes to lock, so I'm going to try and watch out for that with you. And then your pinky stays right on top, kind of resting and providing a counterweight. So it helps if you hold it with your left arm so that you don't have to put all the weight on it first. But yeah, so thumb curved, right like that. And you can even bring your fingers forward just a little bit. There you go. So now why don't we try moving it vertically. So just holding it nice straight up and moving it up and down just a little bit, because that's the basics of your motion for bow. And you're moving a lot from, you want to move from the elbow. You don't want to do all the motion at your wrist because that's going to kill your wrist. So when you actually have the instrument